The first ever panic attack that ever is recorded is what Arjuna faced right before the war, and how Krishna guides him through that.
He has played a very significant role in making the preparation for the war. Now, what message Arjuna is trying to tell us is, again, the importance of friendship. Somebody should be able to guide us and tell us, this is the way to go, this is not the way to go, and all of that. And if you zoom into different characters, the message is entirely different. You know, he demolished moral strength of everyone in his troop.
So hypothetically, as you said, like Karna's loyalty is what we can learn from him. So hypothetically, if Karna had made friends with one of the Pandavas, or he, not just as a brother, not just as a Pandava, but if he had some good friend like the Pandavas, do you think Karna could have been the biggest warrior, the biggest person who stood for righteousness?
Definitely. The kind of caliber he had, the kind of skill sets he had, Karna would have contributed much more. And that is one of the reasons for Krishna to personally reach out to Karna and invite him to this team. And that's when Krishna reveals the true identity. But still, Karna decides not to join. If he had joined, maybe the war would have ended much earlier.
Right. Yeah. Right. I think, as you said, what's important for all of us is to understand who we truly are and to know which side we have to take for.
Yes.
A moment of decision, we make a wrong decision to choose the wrong sides and everything is doomed. Our character is gone. And once we choose the right thing, and I think we'll be in the history books. Right. Well, yes, we've been talking about Karna, and when we talk about Karna, one person we cannot disregard as Arjuna, the warrior, right? So, like listening to a lot of scholars like you, sir, what I can think of is the first ever panic attack that ever is recorded is what Arjuna faced right before the war, and how Krishna guides him through that. Arjuna felt like, I want to quit everything, even though he was the greatest warrior. Even in our day-to-day life, we always feel some situation where we feel like, okay, this is not for me, I want to quit. No matter how capable we are. And we end up in like the state of panic attack, which Arjuna dealt with. And he had Krishna. And somebody like Krishna would end up in our lives too. But what does this teaches?
Again, Arjuna is a very interesting character.
Right.
All through Mahabharata, he's portrayed as not just a brave warrior, but you know, he has different shades.
Yeah.
There are shades of him exploring things, being very playful, being very interested, dedicated. Arjuna is a very interesting, colorful character. I think that episode of him experiencing anxiety kind of a symptom, right, is an indication that, you know, all of us would feel overwhelmed at one point of time. I mean, just imagine the way it has built up for him. You know, he is the one who went to different parts of the country and he collected taxes from different other kings, and he made every other king to subscribe for the war and all of that, right? I mean, during Rajasuya also, and during the war, right?
Right.
He has played a very significant role in making the preparation for the war. So how can somebody suddenly experience anxiety? I mean, it's not like he's pushed into this war for the first time.
You know, he has been through that before.
Yeah, he has definitely contributed to the prep of the war. So what we understand is such experiences of anxiety and what we call panic attack is very unrecognizable. You will not even realize that you might experience anxiety. You might think, oh, things are going fine, I know this, I can do this and all of that, but you end up experiencing it.
Right. I'm sure most of us can relate with this particular thing.
Yeah,
we feel we are okay, but internally we are not. And there comes a situations and boom, we are into anxiety.
Yeah.
We feel, okay, where have I ended up?
I know. Yeah, you would have made all preparations for the exam, and you sit in the exam hall and there's a blank.
Right.
Mind. Yeah, so that happens. Therefore, what Arjuna experienced is very natural and something that we all experience. Now, what message Arjuna is trying to tell us is, again, the importance of friendship. Just imagine if Krishna was not there. Just imagine if Arjuna was alone in that battlefield. It would have been a different story altogether.
Right.
And Krishna himself says, right, I have sat with you, Arjuna says that to Krishna during the Vishwarupa Darshana, that, oh my God, you're such a big personality, Krishna, but I have treated you like a friend. I have eaten in the same plate, I have slept with you, I have played with you, I have done everything. Never realized that you're such a big force, big energy. That kind of friendship matters to us a lot. We need to have people around us, need not be, as superior as Krishna, but somebody who is resourceful.
Yeah.
Somebody where we can fall back on.
Yeah. Resourceful and also mindful of what's right, what's wrong.
Yes, exactly. Somebody should be able to guide us and tell us, this is the way to go, this is not the way to go, and all of it. And the other aspect is that Krishna was telling him, the entire Bhagavad Gita, he narrated the entire Bhagavad Gita, but Arjuna also was ready to accept it.
Acceptance.
Right?
Yes.
So, are we in that position today? Do we listen to others' suggestions or, others' preaching? We are not in a position today. We always want to hear what we want to hear.
Right.
Yeah? When I go to my friend, I would always want him to tell me what I like. I will never be happy if he tells me something that I don't like.
Right.
So, when Arjuna narrates about his anxiety to Krishna, the first thing he says is, are you even in your good sense? This is not the way people react. This is not how a warrior would think.
Warrior should react, yes.
Yeah? And, he completely undermines him. He says, I never expected this from you, Arjuna.
And imagine if somebody telling the same thing to us, we would be like, you don't understand me.
Exactly.
I know what I am. I know what I am feeling.
Exactly. We would get triggered like anything.
Yeah.
So, I think that's the message Arjuna is telling us in that episode, where you should be open to what people tell you, provided the other person is
credible enough.
Yes. So I think that's the message Arjuna is saying. And like I said, Arjuna's character is so versatile. You can see it from different angles, from different point of view.
Now that we have spoken a lot about Mahabharata, I think you have efficiently bridged that gap between what people think Mahabharata.
I don't think so.
You have actually done it, because what people think of Mahabharata is just as a religious epic, that it should be maybe in the temples and it's only for people who are like old age. They just have to listen to it in a mandir temple. They have to go to the bhajans.
In fact, there is a very popular myth in the household that you should never read Mahabharata at home. If you read Mahabharata, then there will be fights between
siblings.
So there's no end to our superstition. But just look at the beauty in which it can be applied.
I think the best coach that we can have for our mental health is Mahabharata. That is what I can draw from it. And to all the Gen Zs who are watching this, I would just say, just view Mahabharata from a very different perspective from what you've all been viewing, if you're not viewing it rightly. Looking at Mahabharata as a whole, it feels it's not just about war. It's about dharma, it's about emotional growth.
And it is not external. You cannot realize it externally, but you must realize it.
Got it.
You should really see it inside you. Duryodhana goes to Bhishma and says, I am doubtful of myself. I don't know how others can contribute. You are so old. I don't know you'll be able to do. He demolished moral strength of everyone in his troop.